guys. Finally on the last album. Thank God. I did 4 of them last night, reviews, and I'm doing 2 today. So I did Underclass Hero a little while ago, and I'm doing Screaming Bloody Murder now. And mainly just because these 2 albums were ones that like I hadn't listened to and I don't even know how long. And I listened to, the majority of Screaming Bloody Murder. I at least got some of the songs I didn't listen to all the way, but I got a good enough idea of them. And I gotta say that I think this album's a little bit better than the previous one, Underclass Hero. Not by much, but I just feel like the overall vibe is a little bit better. That being said, there were a lot of things about it that I really didn't like. So I ended up just writing some things down. I know I didn't really do this with any of the last few albums, but since I didn't know this album that well at all, I pretty much had to. So one thing that really bugs the shit out of me is a lot of the songs go from heavy, like they'll start off heavy and then they'll go like, really, really soft, like piano, and there'll be either like a tempo change or it'll go to like halftime or something, and it'll just be so fucking boring after that. And then it'll go back to heavy again and then go back down. And, I'm fine with that in some aspects, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like most songs don't go like that drastic of a change. Like nothing on All Killer No Filler really did that. Nothing on Does This Look Infected really did that. Maybe a little bit on Chuck, but I don't know. It's just really annoying. I mean, it's cool to have ups and downs on songs, but when you have, such bigger changes, it gets kind of annoying. Like you build up the energy and then it's just gone. And then it's hard for it to, kind of build back up again. For me anyway. I mean, I don't know. It's just me nitpicking really, but it's just something I always really didn't like. Another big thing I really didn't like is some of the guitar tones on this album just sound like shit. And, not all of them. I mean, most of the rhythm tones sound fine, but a lot of the times when it's just like a single guitar doing like a riff or something, like some of the things on like Screaming Bloody Murder, and what's the other one I'm thinking of? I think it might be Blood in My Eyes. I don't remember. But yeah, just like certain parts just sound so crappy, and I don't know if maybe they should have used different guitars. I mean, it sounds like they were using like single coil pickups where humbuckers should have been used. I mean, I realize that's all completely up to the person recording and what they want it to sound like, but I just feel like it just doesn't sound as good as it could, and it doesn't sound full, and it doesn't sound like Sum 41 used to sound with their heavier riffs, and at least like the more intricate riffs anyway. But I don't know, some of you might agree, some might not. It's really a matter of taste, but I don't know. There's some guitar tones on this album that just leave me kind of bummed. They just don't sound very good. There's definitely some heavierness to this album that really was not the same as Underclass Hero. And some of the songs I feel like could even maybe sound kind of like Chuck almost. Probably not Does This Look Infected or anything, but I could definitely get like a Chuck vibe from some of these. Honestly, I can't remember which ones I was thinking of exactly, but I'm sure if you know the album, you know what I'm talking about. I don't think there was much for guitar solos on Underclass Hero, but there's some on this album, and I just don't think they're that great. I feel that every time I hear one of those, it just really makes me miss Dave Brown sound, because that guy could play a guitar. Another thing that I really don't like about the past, or the more recent Sum 41 albums, this one included, that I didn't really talk about in the last album is there'll be, you know, your whole song and, you know, have like the big ending or whatever, but then it'll go to like a really drawn out slow piano part that just goes on for way too long. And every single time I hear it, it's just like, what the fuck? And you know, they did that on Chuck a little bit too, that I just didn't like it, and they just overdid it. And I don't know, I feel like that's something that he just overdoes a little too much. One thing I kind of noticed is in Scumfuck, kind of sounds like Gerard Way a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's just me, at least in like the ending. But I don't know. Well, another thing I was kind of wondering, why are their worst albums the longer ones? You know, it's the best albums seem to have, you know, only like 30 minutes of music. You know, like All Killer No Filler and Does This Look Effect were both around like the 30-minute mark. Chuck was a little bit longer, but this one and the one before that were both like 50 minutes. And at that point, I feel like there really is a lot of filler. You know, I feel like they could have weeded out some of the less successful songs, or you know, maybe not drawn out some of the endings so much and stuff like that. So I don't know. There's a couple songs that kind of sound like Jet almost, or you know, maybe some other radio band that I just can't place. Those being Time for You to Go and what was the other one? Baby You Don't Want to Know. I feel like I've heard those sort of songs, or at least those type of songs, 100 times, and I don't know, it sounds kind of like something Jet would write. You know, when they do stuff like Are You Gonna Be My Girl and, you know, other stuff like that, which I mean aren't bad, but I mean it doesn't sound like Sum 41. I don't know. I mean, Derek's free to write whatever he wants, and you know, he must have just been influenced by something different when he was writing those couple songs. I don't know. Sick of Everyone. Another heavy intro, super heavy intro, and then just super soft piano. Why? I don't get it. Crash is a song I feel like has been written a billion times by a billion different people. I feel like it's just not very different, and I feel that I've heard it before. You know, it's not a song that seems fresh and new, you know what I mean? Blood in My Eyes. The riffs are cool, you know, I think the riffs are pretty cool, but like I said before, I don't like the guitar tone at all. And then it fucking dies out again. It's like it's the big riffs, and then it just dies out. You know, that kills me. The Exit song, I think, was a really bad way to end the album. I mean, granted, there's a couple bonus tracks, but if you just got like the regular version of the album, you know, the album just dies out, you know, and just it gets so slow and boring, and it's just like, okay, I'm falling asleep now. So I mean, I feel like they should have ended on like a big song, you know. They put, you know, Blood in My Eyes the last song or something. That would have at least been a little bit better. The last thing I really got to mention for a song is bonus track. What was it? We're the Same. I feel like that was better than half the songs on the album. And I feel like it should have been just a normal track on the album, because I don't know, maybe, like I said, some of those songs really are just kind of filler. So all the other songs that I didn't really mention, you know, just didn't really give me much to talk about. They just weren't very great. I mean, I just didn't really get into them. They didn't really impress me that much. And so while I think it's better than Underclass Hero, it's still a far cry from what Sum 41 used to be, and I don't know. It's just, it's not my favorite. So, let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are on the album. I don't know. Let me know what you think about what I said, if you got any feedback or anything. So that's it for the Sum 41 albums. If you have any other suggestions, maybe I can do another set of a band or something. I don't know. If you guys really want me to do like all the Blink albums or all the New Found Glory albums or whatever, you know, leave a comment or something if you want me to do something like that. So I aim to please. Hope you enjoyed the series, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.